Hi everyone, my name is Deanna and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about grieving. I've gone through a lot of grieving in my life so far. I lost my mom, and that has been the hardest thing ever, is to lose a parent, especially a mom. She was the only parent I knew. My mom was 30 when she got diagnosed with myotonic dystrophy. It's a form of muscular dystrophy. If you don't know, it's a muscle disease that just deteriorates your body, and so life was hard on her and on me, seeing her struggle. So I was about 9 when she got diagnosed. She had to quit her job, and she sat a lot in her chair and watched shows a lot, and she couldn't be as involved in my life as she wanted to be. And she actually got sick a lot with a cold, and her lungs were failing, and that is what inevitably ended her life, was her lungs deteriorating and failing her. So she pretty much could not breathe. So she ended up getting sick when I was in the 8th grade. I was like 14 and she went into a coma. I think it was medically induced, but they couldn't wake her up for months. I think it was like 3-4 months. I ended up living with my grandmother, and my aunt was going to adopt me. I ended up living there for the summer, and we didn't think she was going to make it. So that was a really hard time in my life, but she did. She did make it. And I enjoyed having her in my life for the rest of the short time that she was alive. So she made it to 48 years old, and I was 23. My youngest son was 1. My second son was 5, and Ethan was 7. And it wasn't as hard on my kids to lose her, because she wasn't as involved in their life as she wanted to be, which is the hard part. Not only am I grieving the loss of a mother, but I'm grieving the loss of a grandmother for my children. They will never know what it's like to have a grandmother like I did growing up. I know my mom would have been like the grandmother I had. My grandmother and grandfather ended up passing away last summer, and grieving them has been really hard on me too. Every summer I was there. We went camping, we went to the beach. My grandmother taught me how to go gardening, yard sailing. I was there every weekend, regardless. Most weekends I was there, and she taught me how to cook, and we had long talks, and she was able to bring me places and be the mother figure in my life that my mom couldn't be. Of course, my mom was there, and we talked a lot, which was the best part of our relationship that I could enjoy, was talking to her about tons of stuff, everything, anything, even if they were the same stories. Some of the stories were how she met my dad, who actually passed away too. When I was 19, he passed away, and I never got to meet him. So also grieving the fact that I never got to meet my father, and he passed away without me ever getting to know him. I was going to seek him out and get to know him and meet his children. And I can probably still meet his children, but unfortunately I don't know how to find him or his children. Of course I can't find him because he's dead, but so I'm grieving the loss of several people, and it's so hard to lose anyone that's a loved one. So yeah, it's been 3 years since my mom died, and I cry all the time. I miss her so much, especially around Mother's Day and her birthday, and just all the time, because it really left me with no family at all. So I honestly only have my brother in my life as family, and it actually hurts to see. I mean, I'm happy for people who have big families, but it also hurts. Like, I'm happy for them, but it really hurts for me to see these people with tons of family around them and supporting them, who can, you know, visit them and get to know their kids. I know my mom would have been a fantastic grandmother like my grandmother was. My grandmother would visit me and my brother and my mom every week, every Wednesday. She was there. And I remember coming home from school and she'd always be there on Wednesdays. And she talked to me, she brought me out places, and she was a fantastic grandmother, and I know my mom would have been too. And so I'm grieving the loss of a grandmother for my children because my children won't have one like that. They do have one, of course, and I love her too, but it's different because it's just the family dynamic that I knew I really, really wanted for my children. Unfortunately, they won't ever get that, and so they'll never know what it's like to have a grandmother like that, quite like that. That would have really, you know, came over to visit with them all the time, with me too, and watch them play and just be more involved in their life. And it hurts so terribly, so much, and no disrespect to any family watching, because you are special to them too. But it's been incredibly hard for me to not have a family dynamic like everyone else has. I mean, and I don't mean it like that. Like, I know a lot of people don't have big families at all either, but I see most people that do. So it's like, oh. But yeah, I feel very alone. It's just me and Michael and the boys. And he's working a lot, sleeping a lot, and it's like, I really just don't have anybody. I also don't have friends because I have social anxiety, and I might make a video on what that's like and how it's affected my life, and it's really just like a double whammy. Like, no family, and I don't have friends either. It's like, I don't have anyone. I literally don't have people that call me or message me on a regular basis. I don't have that in my life, and it's hard to feel alone and be okay with it. A lot of days I am okay with it, but then it hits me hard, the fact that I don't have anybody. And then I just start missing my mom. And it's hard. So yeah, anybody who is grieving and missing their loved ones, I feel for you guys. Like, I know what that's like. And so yeah, I might think about it and add more to this video. But if you can, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Thank you guys for being supportive and watching. Bye guys. So, and to add one more thing to grieving, I'm just going to add this on. I feel the need to talk to my mom all the time. I think that's what bothers me a lot too. My mom would be a grandmother again because my brother and his wife are expecting a child in September, and so I feel the need to tell her and talk to her about it, and I just know she would have been so excited for them, and she would have loved Corey's wife, my brother's wife, and I feel for them because I know that they're not going to get her as a grandmother for their child. And so, like, all the time I feel the need to talk to my mom, talk to her about the fact that I have social anxiety, and that's what I've been going through my whole life, and I wasn't just shy. I feel the need to tell her that my son has ADHD and that he struggles with tons of stuff, and I feel the need to tell her how smart Nathan is. And I'm getting emotional now, so I'm gonna end this, but I feel the need to talk to her a lot and talk to my grandmother a lot. So it's like, it really bothers me when I feel the need to talk to her. And some people are like, why don't you talk to her? I'm like, well, what would that be like? So anyway, this is why I made my YouTube channel. I thought I'd add, because I don't have friends and I also don't have family, so I feel like I can make my own family. You guys can be my family. So please leave me a comment down below if you are also grieving, or if you just want to say hi and just let me know you're there watching. I would so love that. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.